Well, I am so excited to be here with Jerry Slusky. I've known Jerry for years, but let me just give a quick introduction. He's attorney Jerry Slusky. He's been practicing real estate law in Nebraska for over 50 years. He is also the founder and chairman of the Commercial Real Estate Summit, which we're going to be talking about today, or the CRE Summit, which is now in its 32nd consecutive year. I can't believe that. Jerry, thank you for joining me today.
My pleasure, Andy, and it's always good to see you.
It's good to see you. Are you actually in San Francisco, or are you just?
That's just my background.
Okay.
You know.
It looks like you should be in San Francisco. So anyway.
I wish I were.
You're looking good. Well, I want to talk a little bit about the CRE Summit, and let's just talk about what that is, because again, my gosh, the 32nd year. So talk about what it is and give us a brief history.
Absolutely. Well, so in 1990, which is coming up on 32 years ago, I was teaching commercial real estate development and financing law at Creighton Law School. And a lot of people on this call won't remember or that see this, but we were in a horrible recession. At that time, commercial real estate was truly dead. No lenders were lending, no builders were building, and it was a very, very bad time for commercial real estate. So I said to the dean, I said, it's really not worth teaching this course because it's so horrible out there. Mm-hmm. However, the government had just come out with something called the Resolution Trust Corporation, which is almost identical to TARP that we did under the Obama administration, similar to bailouts we've had recently. And they provided a huge amount of funding to commercial real estate. And I said, Dean, if we could, the best service we could provide to our community and as a law school is to put on a seminar on this subject. And we did. And so we had that conversation in February 1990. In May, we did the seminar, and we had busted at the seams in the big Creighton conference hall, 375 people, because everybody was out of business and wanted to know how to get back into business. The upshot of that conference was I was told, gee, we ought to do something like this every year because it was so informative. And that is the history, the seeds of Commercial Real Estate Workshop, now called the Commercial Real Estate Summit.
Wow. And I did not know that. I always love learning new things. I didn't know the history of that. So one of the questions I'm going to ask you, obviously, last year it was in place. You did a virtual. Did you end up doing the virtual piece of it?
Yes.
Yeah. But so last year, obviously with the pandemic, COVID-19, it was a little bit different. So how was this year different than last year?
Well, we've already had, we have a record number of people who have chosen to attend already, and we're still 30 days out.
Yeah.
We've got over 650, and at this time last year, we were at 450, and we got to 700. I think we're going to break 1,000 this year, but there's a lot of excitement in coming back live. They just want to be together. They want to network. This industry is used to conversing with one another and talking and the relationships. So out of those that have registered, 95% have opted for live, although we're going to have a virtual component. Which how it's different.
Yeah, which I think is great. So let's talk a little bit about, like the theme, so to speak. When I'm looking at I'm looking at your website, which is attendcresummit.com, but rewriting the playbook and moving forward from here. So talk a little bit about what are the topics going to be? You've got some great speakers.
Sure. Well, as everybody seems to know, the floor fell out of a lot of things during COVID. Hopefully we're moving out of it, but that's a concern. But one of the big things that really dropped out was this work from home and the damage it did to the office market. So our 45-member planning committee decided that office, the future of office, or the office of the future, and are we going to stay working from home, or are we going to come back to the office, were the hot topic subjects of this year. And by the way, Andy, that's what we try to do, is identify each year the most important subjects for commercial real estate. So that's number one.
Yeah.
We have a outstanding panel put together by Ted Zessman from the Nottle Companies. He's got experts from all the office walks of life and professions going to talk and weigh in on their opinions of what's going to happen with office. On top of that, and I think the other side of the coin, this big issue of will they go back to work? And if so, what's the workplace going to look like? We found Karen Mangia, who is a Salesforce exec VP who writes books, and particularly on HR subjects such as working from home and making it work. And we have her coming in live to be a keynote speaker at lunch. So she's going to talk about the other side of that coin. If you don't go back to work and you stay at home, how do you make that work?
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be very, very interesting. I'm very interested in it, and everybody I've talked to is excited about this subject.
Yeah, I would agree with you, Jerry. And one of the things you said too is that each year, I mean, things are different from year to year. There are different things happening in the real estate market, in the commercial real estate market. And this is a big year, which that's a big topic. So she's going to be speaking. Who's your other speaker?
Which you see it on there. He's the morning. He's our keynote. We had him last year, and everybody wanted him back. He's the Jones Lang LaSalle senior economic guy. I always forget his name. But anyway, he's coming back. He was virtual last year. He's going to be live this year. I believe he's going to be live, subject to this new chapter in our world.
Sure.
But he speaks all over the country to all sorts of commercial real estate markets. And he will identify what has happened to the various sectors of commercial real estate: land development, office, retail, apartments, and industrial. And he's got a rating for all that, what's going on and what's going to go on. He's 20, 30 minutes, and he's fantastic. And we're happy to have him back.
Yeah. And it's Ryan. I mean, I can't remember everybody's name, honestly. So I get it. Ryan
Severino.
Yes, yeah. And that's going to be a really great talk that really kind of kicks off the morning session of the conference. So, and again, the CRE Summit, which I'm excited for it, and I just think everybody else should be excited for it, because you're really looking, I mean, it's not like you don't have all the solutions, but it's really talking about what's happening and future forward looking. And that's what people will be talking about.
Now, and let me put it this way. You're right on, Andy. I always describe it as a 1 year, 1 day a year, when you can sit in a seat and listen to others, educate you, who maybe know more about the subject than you. You'll have a chance to go out during breaks and network and make deals. But you're going to walk out of there at the end of the day with a very good snapshot, almost like a balance sheet about how your business is doing. And everyone in the seminar will understand what's good, what's bad, and lots of ideas about moving forward. And we think over 32 years that's really impacted and assisted our community in staying strong and moving forward.
Yeah, and I would agree, because like from a Midlands Business Journal, just from a personal standpoint of Midlands Business Journal, we took a little bit smaller office space, not much, because I just knew that we will need room to grow and to not have that space, and worked with, our office person. We, you have, as a business owner, you have to make some decisions, but you also just can't be totally fear-based. It's like, and just not have office space at all. I mean, if that makes sense. I mean, it's like, I've got space. It's not all filled, but there's room to grow. And that was really important for our company.
And every business owner is facing that same issue today.
Yeah. All right. So let's just quickly, who attends the summit? Who are your typical attendees that come to the summit?
If you make your living in commercial real estate, you don't want to miss this. It's the lenders, it's the developers, it's the brokers, it's the title insurance people, the engineers, the appraisers. It's everybody that makes their living. And we have a tremendous cross section of commercial real estate professionals. And I might add that at 950 we had in 2019, you look at the list and it's kind of like a who's who and a cross section of people that are making commercial real estate work in our area.
Absolutely. And then you also, during the event, you have a group of Hall of Fame people that have been in the industry that you're honoring, which is great. You've got a couple other awards as well. And it's just, and how can people attend? They just go online and buy a ticket?
Attend CRESummit.com, the website.
Yep.
Punch registration. You can fill it out online, put your credit card on, and you're in the deal. And by the way, every professional that needs continuing education credits will get them.
Okay.
It's usually 6 for the brokers in the real estate community. We just got back from the Bar Association, 5.5 credits. So it's a strong credit deal. Title insurance people, appraisers are all going to get credit. So it's a double or triple win to attend that day.
Yeah. Well, I've been to it before. You've honored my father, Robert Coy, at Midland's Business Journal a few years ago, actually in 2018. But it's the place to be. It is the place to be on August 20.
Yep.
August 20th.
Friday, August 20, right.
Yeah, it's the place to be if you want to, know about what's going on in the industry. And also, there's so much to have being at this event. So I just encourage everybody who's watching to buy a ticket.
I'd like to add 2 things. Number one, we thank the Midlands Business Journal for its support every year, for a special insert. I've already read the great stories that have been written, and they are right on and fabulous. And secondly, if you think this is all about work, no, because Jerry likes to have a little fun. And at 3 o'clock, we're breaking to go across the street to the Capitol District for Jerry's cocktail party. So don't miss that either.
All work and no fun.
That's not my style.
I know. I've known you for years, and I'm excited. And Jerry, thank you for joining me today to talk about this event. And I look forward. I'm excited about the future. But thank you so much, because it's so important. This event is so important to the Omaha Metro community. So thank you.
Thank you, Andy. Appreciate it.
All right. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon.